Okay, for your lights to work, for your fiber optics, you need to take that piece of plastic out right there out of that. Okay? So that way, you're probably going to think that your lights don't work, but that's not the case. That's not the case. All right, give me just a second. I'm going to put this back together now that I took that piece of plastic out. So I'm going to pause this video. Okay, that's all it was. You just had to take that little piece of plastic out of the upper cap and your light will work for your sight system. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put the sights on the bow. I'm going to pause it. Okay, turn it on. Lights work fantastic. See, this is probably about a $30 piece right here. It's pretty solid, and I'm not much for fixed pins. I use one single pin that's movable up to 100 yards. But I don't know. I may wind up using this. We'll see. Time will tell. All right, I'm going to pause and put this on the bow. Okay. You get all your Allen wrenches in the bag. That one is probably to turn your poundage up. Then we have all these others. And these are for your sights. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'm going to go ahead and bolt my sight system to my riser. I stand corrected. It's already in the sight system, the screws. I just got to take them out and attach the sights. Sweetness. Pause. So awesome. Okay. You can hear my dog walking around. You can hear my puppy. Hi, Blazer. Hi, Blazer. Daddy got a new bow. No, there's no one out there. Stop. Just because I'm communicating with you. All right. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to put the sight system on. All right. I like mine on the furthest one because I want my sights to set out a little bit further from the riser. Of course, I can change it if I don't like it. And of course, these other two holes are going to be for the quiver itself. So, I mean, that could be an issue. I don't know. Maybe the bolts that come with it might hit the riser. I don't know. So, but I have the option. I'm going to see if I can put these sights in the furthest away from. Yeah, that one's tight. Okay. Turn the lights on. Awesome sauce. There's my sights. Sights are on. So now we got to go to the arrow rest, and you already have a bolt in that one. I mean, this is totally awesome. I hope this bow shoots nice. It's a nice aluminum machined riser. So, we'll see. All right, I'm going to pause. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right. So now we have to put the arrow rest on. Oops. Giving me fits here. I'm trying to film with one hand. Well, that just goes to show you if I can film with one hand, plus put the bow together. That's pretty phenomenal. Of course, I set it up. There is 2 holes, but I set it up so I could slide it back if I want to. Because if you put it in that one, you ain't moving it. So, anyway, I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm going to have to set the plumb up on this, obviously, to make sure it's out, centered, and all of that. So, anyways, for now, it is attached, as you can see. Oh yeah, the string loop comes with it. Peep sight comes with it. So, I guess I can shut those batteries off to the light here, to the sights. Okay. So, I'm going to pause and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing here, trying to set the arrow up and whatnot. All right. These arrows are some pretty heavy arrows. But I do believe, just because, you know, I have this bow, that I'm actually, you know, a beginner would use these arrows. Of course, I shoot victory arrows, but last year, I think I killed my deer with cryptics from Walmart because they were really heavy. And it's a good thing I had heavy arrows. So, I'm going to use these arrows, I believe, to hunt with. I'm trying to get it so you can actually see what that says. Okay. So these are Senlita arrows too. And I believe you get a dozen of them. There's a dozen of arrows there with tips, this is just crazy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these arrows all set up inside that arrow rest and adjust the arrow rest to whatever I have to. And then we'll go outside and we'll actually shoot this puppy. So, okay. So in order to adjust your up and down on your arrow rest, it's right inside of that cavity right there. And you can see you have a little locking mechanism right there, so you can slide it up and down. And once you get it, and of course, I just closed one eye and I eyeballed it for center. So I may have to tweak it just a little bit. We'll see. It does look like it's off just a little bit, so I may have to come up a little higher with it. So that's all you got to do. Just eyeball it if you don't have all the equipment. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my adjustments now. Okay, so you can see my up and down plumb is pretty much perfect. So now I have to work on this, because if I look down that cam and I line that string up and come up with one eye, you can see that my my arrow actually sits out on the tip. It's out this way. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, get that set up, and eyeball that with the string. Okay. So I eyeballed it. The arrow is right in line with the cams and the string. So I should get really good arrow flight. And I also, you can see both the tops of those screw holes are just about the same, and the bottom ones too. So I want to say it's 13/16 to the center, but I eyeballed it, which I always have, and I've always got great Aeroflight, so maybe I have to micro tune it a little bit. Now I got to set my sights up. But that's pretty much it right there. Everything comes with this. Now it's time to go shoot it. To set your left and right, of course, it's down on the bottom. You just loosen that one. And then this is going to be for your height up and down. That one right there. So, all right. So I pretty much have everything lined up. We'll see. Left and right will probably be off just a sliver. See the arrows lined up with the string, and the sights are pretty much lined up with the string as well. So now I got to get my height. I'm going to go out and take a 5-yard shot. 5 yards. So that way if there's any mess up, I'm going to also double check my string loop. I'm just going to hold the string and pull that tight to make sure nothing's going to come undone. And then I'm going to have to adjust my peep, of course, with the little string sliders right there. But all this came with it. They even tied the peep in, which is really sweet. All right. Let's go shoot it.